Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video and I am still working through my autumn kit series. So I have fall themed pictures here, and this layout is a little bit challenging because I realized when I was looking at this, I've already done the layout that's on the other side, but I like this paper. It actually matches and looks well with the photos, but of course I made this other layout before I realized all of this, so now I have staples showing in two spots. So if I want to use this as the background, I need to get creative about covering up those staples. This I was thinking, if worst comes to worst, I could just do washi across here. This is a little tougher. It's very close to the top. So I'm thinking I need something like a pennant or something that can come down over that to make it not so noticeable. But that is what I'm starting with today. I'm gonna go get my kit and see what else I can find. All right, I've pulled my kit and I definitely want to have maybe some embellishment things that I can look at here. And I'm going to need a card in the upper left. So I have to pull out, all of my 3x4 cards, which I have. And then I have my phrases, my little embellishment pieces, and then the pennants. So if I'm lucky, maybe something in here will match. There's not a whole lot of gray happening and not a lot of green or blue either. So I don't know that that's going to work, but I might have something else in here or in my general stash that would work. I pulled out these two cards that I had in there. I like them both, but I'm wondering which one is a better fit for journaling. This one certainly gives me more room, but I don't like the color and pattern quite as much as this one. This does give me a little area to journal. I at least want to say this was the Seppman, I think that's how you say it, Seppman Mill, within the park, blah, blah, blah. The other option is I could leave room to journal it over here as well, and then I could just embellish this card. So I have some options. And you know what, looking at that with all of this, I definitely think that's the right way to go. So I'll put this one back in my kit and I'll go from there. All right, I pulled out the little pennant I had here, and this one I think does not look good. Just the white in the pattern I think distracts from all of this, but this one I like. It's a very dark gray, but that works with the darker stone areas that are in shadow here, and it still has polka dots, but they're smaller and they're subtle. It's a darker gray, so it's a very monochromatic look, but I like it. So I think if I were to put that up there and overlapped it, it would be okay. Then I have to figure out what to do down here with this one. And I'm thinking I need to pull in some green. I've got these lighter tones of green here, and they're in the pictures, but they don't appear anywhere else. So I'm wondering if I need to pull some washi or use a paper strip or something to bring that in underneath the photo. I picked out some washi where I liked the colors, and I realized I would have to double these up to get them to work because they're so narrow that width-wise, they're not going to cover that. So those are probably not the best options, even though I really like the colors. These are the only other two I have that are close to the greens that are in here. Anything else would be much, much darker, and I want to keep it lighter. This one I like, but because it's got a white background, I'm afraid that that's going to show through. I think what I'm going to do is just take a couple, just a little piece off of each one and try it over the staple area and see how it looks. When I tried the washis, this one was definitely too light. You could totally see the staple through it, so that's out. So I went with this one, which I love the color of it, but you can definitely see there's a bump there. You can't see the staple itself really, but I can see something is there. I could leave it, but I would love to be able to just maybe overlap some kind of embellishment or something over part of it so it wasn't quite so obvious. So I'll work on that. I also decided to tear off a little piece of the same washi that I used here and just overlap it on this card to give it a little bit more depth. And then it also will bring in the color and the pattern on both sides. I decided to take out my acrylic embellishments from my kit, and I'm liking the idea of these matte brown leaves. I think these are too light, but these blend in with the background and the different color of the bricks here and everything, and so I think those might be able to be worked in somehow. All right, I pulled out some of those that were in the darker color and I love them. So I think I'm going to use this bigger one here, and it will just touch on the staple there, so hopefully it won't be noticeable. And then I will put these in pretty much this configuration on the card to bring that in. It uses both of these sets. So I have 2 sets of this one because I liked it so well. And then I have this other one that's more just acorns and leaves, so I am using pieces from both of those. I have adhered all of the acrylic pieces, so while those are drying, I'm going to cut down the photo. And I'm going to definitely cut out these people right here, and I'll probably still have enough where I can cut off a little bit of the tree, and I'm really not losing anything from the overall photo. I did cut down the photo and I adhered it where I want it here, which is great, so that's done. Now I'm going to go into my autumn themed phrases here and see if there's anything in there that would be appropriate for this layout. Well, I didn't find any phrases in my fall specific ones that I liked for this. They either weren't the right phrase or they weren't the right color. So I went into my regular, just blue travel phrases to see if there's something in there that might work. I did find this one that says "Let's go adventuring," which I think is suitable, and the blue is pretty much perfect. So I think I'm going to put that one down here. And then I have to figure out, like, there is some dead space here. Do I want to stamp something or leave it alone? I could put something blue in here as well to bring that in. I also have enamel dots. And in addition to these, which are from my kit, in my standard stash of stuff, I know I have gray in there. So I'm just wondering how to work that all in. So I may pull the enamel dots, just have those at the ready, and then they'll be there while I figure out the rest of the stuff. As I looked through more of my blue phrases, I actually found this one that says "We were here," and actually on this end there was an arrow, and I cut that off because I didn't like the way that would work with my photos. But I think if I take this and place it right here in this empty space, it will work quite nicely. All right, I actually decided to put the blue phrase over here instead so that everything would be clustered in this corner rather than having 3 things sort of that weren't really in a triangle. And I felt like it made it look sort of haphazard. So I decided to just go with this. So now I do have visual triangle of elements. I have this one, this, and this. I still may add some enamel dots up here. We'll see. I also decided to go into my green phrases just in my regular stash to see if I could find something for here, because I feel like I need something more on this side, and this feels like the logical place because I've already got something in the top row, but I have nothing in the bottom, and this photo is pretty full. There's not a lot of room there, but here I've got dead space to work with. In my stash of green phrases, I found this day trip, which is perfect for this. So I've already put some adhesive on it. And wait a minute, do I want it on this side or this side? No, I do like it better on the left, I think. So I will go right there to the left edge. And there's that. And now, you know what, actually instead of enamel dots, I'm wondering if I should do some splattering because I have a green that's this color. I think I will. I am going to use this mist, and I think I used this on another layout already for one of my autumn pages, so this may look familiar, but it's an old one I've had, but it still works great. It's a matte finish, not a shiny finish, which is what I want, so I'm going to go for it. There is my splattering. I did top and bottom, even a little bit over there to bring that all together, and I love the way that looks. And then, oops, these got switched around, didn't they? They're supposed to be like that. There we go. And then a little bit on this card as well. So as soon as those are dry, I'll put it all into the page protectors and decide if it's really done. I have put them in the page protectors, and I do think they're done. So here's some close-ups of how it all came together. Simple, but I love it. So there you go, another one done with my Autumn Kit series. Thanks for watching.